Guys, welcome back to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Welcome in. Sunny Colorado morning, 7 a.m. here, Tuesday, January 27th. We're going to be covering today, as you can see, and as a title, what is going on behind the scenes with XRP, the XRP Ledger, and some other things, crypto in general. Lots happening behind the scenes in crypto right now, guys. When multiple signals line up here like this, it's time to start backing out, in my opinion. It's time to zoom out for just a little bit here. And it's time to, I'm not talking about speculation, I'm not talking about conspiracies and tinfoil hats either. This is about timing, structure, and incentives. We're going to start with the market side of things, guys. Welcome to the channel. Tap like and subscribe if you don't mind down below. Guys, a new crypto index ETF filing has entered the conversation here. Kathy Wood. The product is tied to CoinDesk 20 index, and that index, of course, sees XRP representing 19.9% of the weighting, how much it weighs, inside that index, alongside Bitcoin's 35% and Ethereum's 21%. Now, that matters because index products are not hype, as we well know, guys. They're about normalization in the market here. They're about allowing capital to get exposure through familiar regulated structures like we're looking for. Good morning, Crypto Midwest. Welcome to the channel. This is what we're waiting for, guys. Index exposure brings steady rules-based demand. You know, brings portfolio allocation. Lets us move to the protocol side of things here, okay? Let's do that. The XRP Ledger side, permissioned domains, guys, is scheduled for activation, of course, here, Q1 2026. They've already activated some, but this is a compliance-focused upgrade. It allows controls the main upgrade. This controlled participation zones on a public ledger is what it does. In simple terms, basically, it gives institutions more confidence to use it, allows them to use it at an enterprise grade level. To operate a public blockchain without violating internal rules, let's just say. All right, regulatory requirements, audit requirements, the whole 9 yards. They're able to use it properly. Now, it ain't no retail feature, of course, guys. This is an institutional feature. We've been talking about it for a while. Finally. Now, Japan has come to light more recently, with more things recently. SBI and its crypto platforms, SBI Holdings, Yoshitaka Katao, upgrading their systems to allow for more usage on the systems coming up here. Extended maintenance windows in early 2026. Maintenance alone, of course, does not prove a darn thing. We're not using tinfoil hat here. It's just a lot of things are lining up, which is very interesting. But in regulated markets, of course, system hardening usually follows increased activity and future planning, which is what we're seeing now with this whole thing. And at the same time, of course, Japan's regulatory framework in digital assets is becoming more formal, for sure. Okay, discussions continuing around treating major crypto assets more like recognized financial instruments within, including XRP, by the way, within an existing legal framework in Japan. That's what they're doing. They're reclassifying XRP in Japan, calling it something that's full-fledged and can be used in financial, It reduces, of course, the uncertainty for institutions, and this is what we're looking for. Mark, welcome into the channel this morning. 16 degrees, 12. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Guys, be careful with the cold weather out there. Very dangerous stuff. Don't have exposed. I mean, obviously, just be careful, please. Guys, you know what's happening with the House and the Senate right now, how we're waiting for this Clarity Act. These timelines shift and markups get delayed. We could see something, I think it's Thursday. But the direction is still clear. Nothing's changed here. Rules are being written to define who regulates what and how in the digital asset space under law, and so institutions can play ball. Institutions do not, of course, deploy capital at scale. Until rules are clear, we're going to get this. We are going to get it. This is what the theme is finally getting our rules. Okay? We're not going to see a single flip switch flipped. I think we know that. We're seeing penetration. That's what we're seeing here. Market wrappers, the ledger, just everything kicking into play here. And when those layers, when all the layers line at the ETFs, spot ETFs, when everything lines up here. By the way, let's talk about some mechanics here. In fact, before we do, let's get to comments and let's get over to our charts this morning. Guys, welcome in this morning. We've got some comments this morning. Satu, welcome in. Did not see you, sir, Satu. Did not see you. What's up? Let's get XRP refueled by Mountain Tide. You got it, brother. That's a cool emoji there. That's pretty cool. Never seen that one before. Mark Onsagger says, good morning, Colorado. Guys, good morning. Colorado's gorgeous. In my opinion, you kind of gotta be away from the city in Colorado. That's my opinion. Good morning. Crypto Midwest says, St. Louis suburbs. Hey, you know what? I love me some St. Louis. I lived in St. Louis for a little while. God, I lived all over this place. All over this country. People are the same wherever you go, they are the same. It's interesting. Just a little bit different the way they talk. The way they think sometimes. People are all the same. Talking about the ledger. What do you think a project's built on the ledger such as I think they're awesome. I piss and moan in my almost coffee because I didn't put any money on Stronghold nor ZBCN. I missed both of them with my bags, but I got enough, so it's okay. That's how I feel. I'm trying to make money. What am I going to tell you? Yeah, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Never buy or sell anything because of what I say or do with the channel, because crypto is very risky. You lose your shot, short the glasses, everything in crypto. You got to talk to your financial advisor. That's that silly little character he sits down, talks to you about your 401k all the time, but they don't come to your kitchen table anymore because they just do it over Zoom. Okay, now here's the deal. Let's get to markets real quick because I just yeah. Thanks Mark for hitting a nerve, hitting my wallet early in the morning and reminding me that I missed ZBCN and SHX. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Hey, let's get over to markets this morning. I'm kidding. It's okay. That's my bad. It's not on you. It's on me. I missed it. Come on. You can't buy everything. All right, look at the market cap's down to 2.97 trill. We are below 3 trill in the crypto space. Bitcoin's at 87,902. Ethereum, 2,913 for one of them. And XRP, $1.87, soon to be 800 something dollars. Just think about, because XRP is going to be 800 something dollars. Let's put it at 800 bucks. Let's see, an $800 XRP. How much XRP do I need? I don't know. Depending on when it happens, if somebody had 5,000 of them at 800 bucks, that'd be 4 mil. That'd be by most people's. Now, if you put that into USD, you'd see it degradate to the tune of, oh my gosh, they say it's 3%, but it's really not. That's without, of course, they tell you that too. They tell you that who's they? Jerome Powell gets up there at the FOMC meeting and he says, look at, we're using core CPI numbers, okay? Core CPI numbers, when he's giving you the number, he's not including inflation and on food or energy, okay? So all the food and all the energy, I don't know if you knew that or not, but that's a fact. Go check it. And then he'll say also, now with these numbers, we're using super core CPI. And when, throat clear. Supercore CPI numbers are not including food, energy, nor are they including shelter. So, rent, mortgage, whatever, housing paid for. Okay, interesting. Isn't that kind of like 60 to 65% of what everybody pays for a month? All right, but a good percentage. All right, so here's the deal. Interesting that if XRP did hit its $800 mark, and somebody was holding, let's say, 25,000 XRP, well, they would be looking at 20 million. They'd have to pay exchange fees and taxes, of course. Never financial advisor. These are calculator exercises. XRP hits its $800 price. And, of course, somebody's holding 75,000 XRP. They got it a little ways back. They were able to do it. Now, in US dollars terms, that's 60 million US dollars. Now, knowing that it degradates to the tune of, let's say that after taxes and so on and so forth, you're lucky that person has somewhere around, let's call it 45 million. But that 45 million times, let's say, I don't know. You know what? I'm done. I'm done trying to, because I'm going to go too far, and then I'm going to start getting aggravated. So I'm switching gears. All right, Tiger controls himself. Here we go. Algorand's at 11 cents. I will pull the calculator out real quick on that one, though, and then I'll get back to comments. Hold on. Calculator on that one. Algorand's at 11 cents. Algorand, most certainly, if anybody has any qualms about that, you can simply talk to me in the comments. But Algorand at, what did I just say? 11 cents for Algorand. Well, 90,000 Algorand, after exchange fees. When Algorand goes to, let's just call it $75, that is a whopping 6.75 million, and then you got to pay your exchange, your taxes, and blah, 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 blah. So, to my point, let's get back to who else is in here. Mrs. Loopy, howdy. Welcome in. 872 says Crypto Midwest could be. When we get back, here, let's get back to this. Let's get over to Fiat Leak and see what's happening for XRP trading. Almost 500,000 XRP trading on exchanges here in the past minute. Guys, here is Francis Hunt I've been telling you about. I can't go and play the YouTube videos because I will get... he's the market sniper. I can't... that was a horrible accent. I'm going to get demonetized, so I'll show you who he is. And here it is, the Hunt Volatility Funnel, the HVF method that he created. That is him. This is him. His website. You might want to think about Sir Francis Hunt. Checking this gentleman out here. He is a absolute genius. You want to get on silver prices? We can. We can talk about silver for a little bit here if you want to, guys. Guys, don't forget, don't get locked out this next time around in cryptocurrency. Simply an opinion, I'm not a financial advisor. If you've got a Caleb Brown on your side, you're using something like this rather than simply exchanges to cash out your crypto, whether you're cashing out stable coins or whatever you're doing, and not into fiat or whatever you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, but not a financial advisor, but might want to think about brokerages instead of simply exchange platforms on the internet, and that is simply a thought. Now, we all use all of them, and that's quite all right. But, what happens when, you guys make your own decisions. I'll tell you that you can have a crypto broker available 24/7. You've got an entity here with Caleb that backs your crypto one-to-one. 24/7 human being available, at least via email and safe. And seriously, they have U.S. offices as well because some folks are concerned they're in Australia. But they have offices in the U.S. as well. My wife has been using them for a couple of years now. And by the way, they use Fireblocks institutional grade custody to keep your crypto super, super, super safe. And this gentleman, Jim Bizzani, is fantastic. He just flashed up there on the screen. I'll show you in just a second. That was Jake Boyle. Here goes Jim Bizzani right here. Check our interview with Jim Bizzani. Here's the main man, Jake Boyle, right there. These folks will be at XRP Las Vegas. Please join us at XRP Las Vegas. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's coming up, I believe it's May 30 and 31st. Check it. It is different from last year. Check it. Don't want to mislead anybody. Check the date for this year with your lovely chat. But don't be caught out in the cold this bull run trying to cash out, because here's the deal. If you check it with your bank ahead of time, you do a transaction of at least, first of all, costs $500 to set up with Caleb Brown. They don't charge you, by the way, beyond that. It's only buy, sell, swap. You get charged 3.5%. You can move all of your stuff over to institutional grade Fireblocks, institutional grade custody security that they use, meaning you have the versatility of a hot wallet, but the protection of an almost, not quite, cold wallet. Nothing's like an air-gapped cold wallet, right? Right. But you get that if you want to have some of your stuff on the ready with target sell orders, not financial advice. That's what I do. So when this bull run happens, my stuff's already set. I don't know if anybody realizes that you can play it like that. My stuff's already set with target orders. I'm already ready, Freddie. I'm going to be doing whatever I'm doing, and my stuff's going to be cashing what I told it to. Total of 48 projects. I've got certain things a spattering all over. I mix and match. Some stuff here and there. Security there. You never know. Someone gets hacked. You don't lose everything. You know what I mean? 6 different cold wallets we use. Six exchanges and Caleb and Brown. And Uphold, which I think is actually a broker. Pretty sure. Classified as a broker. Brokerage exchange. So a broker is a little bit different, guys. Well, except for no offense to Uphold. I like Uphold. I use it. No, I love Uphold. I do. You're only pulling a certain amount off a day, though, on Uphold. You've agreed to it, and you've signed off on it, and it's okay. But Uphold, you're only pulling a certain amount off a day. And, this next bull run, some people are going to be millionaires on paper only, and it's never financial advice. If somebody's not set up with a Caleb round, for instance, something like a crypto broker, which does not limit you how much you can withdraw per day, as long as, of course, you make your transaction of $2,000 to make your trail between your bank. Talk to your bank manager before you, never financial advice is what I did. Talk to your bank manager, make sure you have it cleared ahead of time, and make sure that they understand that, hey, I'm going to give you a phone call, Mr. or Mrs. Bank Manager, before I pull this larger transaction with Caleb. But since we've done an aggregate of cryptos totaling 2,000 as the transaction, now the bank and Caleb understand each other. So now when I want to pull 750,000 on one transaction or 1.5 mil, boomskis. Understand the difference? Some folks are going to be crypto millionaires on paper. See, exchanges only let you pull off a certain amount a day, and that's when all the stuff's cranking. That's if you can get on them. I'm not saying they're going to crash. Is anybody catching my drift? Is anybody paying attention to the cash out? Put yourself there. Put yourself there, at least visually, and picture everything going euphoric, because it ain't like now, and it ain't even like before with the dead cat bounce. I'm going to get the comments. Don't worry, the double top, the dead cat bounce. What a one way to skin a cat. What are you doing skinning cats? One way to skin a cat, double dead cat bounce. Come on, stop dropping cats. All right, here's the deal. They usually land on their feet anyway. It depends on how high you drop them from. That was a high drop, though. The last one, the major crevasse. Guys, it doesn't matter what the heck happens. This is going to be way different. Don't worry. It's going to be way different than last time. Everybody's going to be shocked how high this thing goes. It's going to go 9-10 trillion before anybody even knows what the world's happening. It's all going to more than double, almost what, 3, whatever. It's going to go 2/3 higher. All right? I don't know how else to say that. Not what? 9 trill, 10 trill. It's at like 3 trill, whatever. It's gonna go to like 9 trill. We're gonna get another 6 trill out of nowhere. Yeah, it's gonna double, and it's gonna go another 3 trill. Fast. I'm talking about fast. It's right about the time I'm got a whole bunch cashing out. Into some stables, USD, different things, real estate, a spattering, metals. Hey, anybody checking out silver prices? Thank goodness somebody was wise enough to grab silver at $20. Nice job. Let me get the comments, because silver's at like $114 or something. Anyway, let me get to these comments. Yes, mock. April 30th and May 1st. Thank you for clarifying XRP Las Vegas. I'm on my way there, and I don't even know when it is. I better make sure everything's in order. Oh, boy. Tanker, you better pay attention. All right, Rero says, hi guys, Crypto Midwest. Hi Rero, and hi everybody, and hi Marnster. I'm grateful for Uphold. They were the only place to buy XRP forever. I gotta, don't Amin Ra stuff. I don't like that Amin Ra guy. Mean character, that Amin Ra. Amin Ra is not a nice guy according to history. He's a mean critter. Wanted you to worship him as God and say Amen after every single prayer. Amin Ra, not a nice guy back in Egypt. Anyway, I don't like to say Amen that. Not a fan of that. Amin Ra, you bad guy. Really bad character. I amen that for sure. Moonman 888 says, wow, what did I walk into? First timer, he walked into a shit show. I can't swear on a channel, and it sucks because if I could, I'd be majorly potent. Instead, I'm just a little cracker jack on the YouTube airwaves. You walked into the most XRP. Welcome in, buddy. Hey, welcome in, brother. Hey, you walked into the most XRP centric, crazy XRP XLM XDC. We love the 8 ISOs. You walked into. All right, I got to tell the story. Then, if you're a newcomer, and I know I got a newcomer in here, please tap like, subscribe if you don't mind. Please, it does help a lot. And know that who you got is some knucklehead who's not bragging. I'm not bragging. Never buy or sell anything is what I say or do. XRP, XLM, XDC, H-bar. No, I'm not on anything. I'm not even really coffee. Just a little bit I do with a mushroom tea because I know that's the next question. I am high on life and the 8 ISOs. XRP, XLM, XDC, H-bar, Algo, IOTA, Quant, I guess ADA. I don't know. Did they kick Chucky out? I don't know what's going on. White House. Oh, we got all these projects. We love them. 48 crypto projects do we hold here on the channel. Do we love crypto? Yes, we do. This guy found the ISOs, and I'm not kidding. I sat on my hi kitty. I sat on my couch in what was it, 2019, I think. Yeah, I think it was 2019. It was literally 6 to 8 months before one YouTuber that I was watching, which God bless all their souls, taught me a lot about crypto. Literally followed crypto every single day for all that time until now. That's why I started a channel just a little while ago in April, this last April. But anyway, I found the ISO sitting on the couch asking this third point of vision, we can call it. And it said very kindly, just go ahead and Google it. And I did. And it said, no, not that one. You got to go way down. And I did, like 8 down. And it said ISO 20022 banking, and how it related to crypto blockchain technologies. Nobody had ever talked about ISOs. And I said, And I was on Binance.us, and I went ahead and bought a whole bunch of the ISOs. A whole bunch. And then about 6, 8 months later, the wife goes, all these crypto people talking about ISO 20022 now. You were talking about that and blah, blah, blah. Why are they talking about that now? Why were you saying that? I said, I don't know. I just asked, and it told me a couple weekends in a row. I sat on a couch and bought the crap out of ISO 20022s. Anyway, that's who you're following. And by the way, we drink the XRP Kool-Aid, don't we? Oh, yes, we do. Anyway, welcome to the channel. I love newcomers. Moonman, welcome into the channel. Tell your friends, share the freaking whatever they do with YouTube. And I'm an old person on YouTube. I'm an old crazy guy on YouTube. Let me get back to these comments. Sorry, guys. I get yapping. I'm a yappa. Yappa. Stop yapping, tank. Marchster, good morning to Moonman. Moonman subbed off the energy loan. Oh, sweet, dude. Thank you. In time, I hope you will sub off the intuitiveness and also the technical knowledge concerning XRP, the XRP Ledger, some of the other ISOs, blockchain technologies in general, what I think is going to happen, some minor chart reading and so on and so forth. Why don't you go ahead and check our almost 1,000 videos. That sounds braggy. Check our 900 and whatever videos and go see if you think we know what the hell we're talking about. I think I know more about crypto than almost anybody in this space, and I think I'm not supposed to say that. But I'm kind of crazy with how I talk. By the way, I'm also a 4th degree master black belt in Shaolin Kung Fu, and I don't think I'm supposed to say that either because that sounds braggy. But anybody who's new needs to know who the tanker is. Yes, Yes. 3 tours in Naval Intelligence and Special Forces Marines. God rest his soul, my grandmaster, who trained with the monks in the temple, and then the military yanked him out and said, "You coming with us to train the military." That's who I trained under. Yeah, that sounds braggy, doesn't it? Anyway, I taught and I opened a school for a while, and that was fun, but I can't sit still. I'm a technical madman. I'm a contractor. As about 7 years ago or so, I learned Forex markets, crypto, like a son of a gun, like you wouldn't believe. I had the earbuds in every day for about 8 hours a day. I sat there and learned crypto and Forex markets and so on and so forth and chart reading and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that's who you got. I'm a happy, fun-loving guy. I am an advanced, somewhat enlightened individual who quite some time did some work on this, and once you do, you can't go back. So anyway, it is what it is. Here I am swimming in a sea of gorgeousness, and I think you're all beautiful, and I love you all. Whether you see with this, or you see with these, or you see with all three, giving you, of course, a fourth sight. But anyway. Of foresight. But anyway, I'm a wacky kind of guy, and you better join us at XRP Las Vegas, by the way, coming up. Thank you for the clarification on the date. I think I'm supposed to know when our channel is actually going to XRP Las Vegas. I'm kind of a knucklehead when it comes to things like this. The wife calls me the dumbest smart person she's ever met. I have to concur. Enough about this jackies. Let's get on to regular good stuff instead of a weirdo like me. Welcome in, Rangers! Rero! I don't use amen, says Rero. Instead, just let it happen. Cool. Rero says, hold on tight. Which studio gave us more coffee? Oh, hi, studio. Can we have some coffee, please? My little quote for the day, I'll get back to comments, is our purpose in life is not to be happy. It is to matter, says Wendell W. Tucker. Well, he has a mother. Does that mean I can call him Mother Tucker? I'm kidding. That was rude. Can I please have some coffee, studio? Thank you. Make sure it's coffee. It's a mixture. It's only a little bit of coffee. And it's got a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of some mushroom tea. Maybe I'm tripping on mushroom tea. Maybe that's the problem here. Anyway, hold tight, there may be more decline, says Rero in the market. I ain't worried about that crowd. Guys, don't worry about it. I'm not saying you are, Rero, but guys, don't worry about the market. Don't worry. Crypto Genie ain't going back in no bottle. It is the next. It's already been interlaced with banking, and future technologies. So much to dovetailed, interlaced, interwoven. So much to the point where it ain't going back in no bottle. You don't go to future technologies and have crypto take you from a freaking clunky cargo plane with freaking props go blah, 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 and smoking and shit on each side. And you're not supposed to swear, Tank. Cut it out. Chicken feathers flying around in the back. And then you got blockchain technology coming along and going, we could integrate with you, by the way, you clunky little craft, and turn you into a freaking UFO. Make y'all anti-gravity and crap. Really? Yeah. You ain't going back. You don't go to a car and then go back to a horse and buggy. Come on. We don't go backward in technology. Crypto ain't going back in no bottle. You're about to see a bull run like you ain't never seen before. And it always happens right about the time that everybody's kind of like, I know I'm talking too fast. I'm sorry. I'm too excited. Wait till more coffee comes. Oh, crap. Don't break YouTube. Guys, there's more money coming to YouTube than there is coffee coming to this cup right now. Energy coming to this channel right now, because that's going to fuel me. By the way, use some of your caloric intake, by the way, if you don't mind. Just expend a little bit. Reach down and just go ahead and do a little click on that, tap and subscribe. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you very much. Because it sends us out to everybody when you do that, and then people start watching this right now, literally. And if you share, I think it's double. I wonder what happens if you, what else can you do? Comment. If you comment, I don't know what that does. And it sends activity. Sorry. Too much yapping. Comments. Cram, welcome in. Rangers. Josh, welcome in. Too much yapping. I'm missing all my peeps. I'm sorry, guys. Rero, welcome in, you guys. Okay. Rero says, got a cat too, Mr. Fabio. Welcome. Hi, Mr. Fabio. Cram says, good morning, Tanka. And good morning, Mr. Cram. Josh, crypto info. Can you help us know how much to put into XRP versus XLM XDC? I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor. I could not give financial advice. This is for informational and educational purposes only. sometimes a little entertainment. I could tell you what I do, no problem. And if somebody was like, I think he's kind of a smart guy, and that would be your business to then talk to your registered investment advisor. That's your RIA. That's your 401k person. Go talk to that person at Schwab or Jones or whoever they are. Now look at, I want to get into this crypto stuff. I want to do it safely. I don't want no ETF stuff. I don't care if it's a spot in their custody. It's not the same thing. Somebody told me, this guy Crypto Tank said, not your keys, not your crypto. I don't want them holding. I want to hold it myself. I'm cold storage. Okay, here's the deal. I think I'm going to set up some coaching on my website. I think that's how I can help people. And I think if I charge a very reasonable price, I can help newcomers into crypto. Because a lot of you guys are not, but there are a lot of newcomers in crypto. They're about to all come in. Instead of charging, $2,000 an hour, or whatever, I think I, charge something that's kind of like a decent rate per hour. Art Caffeine, welcome in this morning, Josh. Mrs. Loopy, let me get back to these comments, guys. And by the way, I don't know. I would, in my opinion, my allocation is what is my allocation for those three? I don't like to give numbers. I will tell you, exact numbers. I will tell you that quite a bit of each of the three. No problem saying that. Full transparency, quite a bit. Welcome, Crypto Midwest. I would say one can't go wrong, in my opinion. I couldn't go wrong. One can't go wrong. That sounds like I'm telling you what to do. I can't tell you what to do with your finances. Talk to your registered investment advisor and ask them if they think it makes sense, even if it's your hubby or your wifey, and ask them if they think it makes sense for you to allocate a 33.33 with a bar over the three, because you're not going to be able. That's a really weird thing in numbers, that you can't divide that the right way perfectly. Yeah, go ahead and find out if you should do a third. And if you think you should, then you do XRPL, XLM, XDC, or you do perhaps a 60% allocation in XLM, and then, the rest into, 2020 into XLM and XDC. I don't know. Who knows what you do? You do what you do. I can't recommend. I can't give any financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Thank you, Studio. I'm not a financial advisor. I hope you make wise financial decisions. I love loading up on all of the 8 ISOs. I don't know, though, guys. Good question, though. Thank you for your question. Josh says, I believe XRP and XLM have the highest ROI. I think they do too in the shorter term, but if XDC digitizes trade finance on a longer scale, on a larger scale and a longer timeline, over the next 3 to 5 to 7 to 10, 12 to 15 years or so, depending on how old folks are in the comments, how old y'all are, what your age is. No offense. Some people are like, I'm 70 years old. I'm going to be gone by then. And it's okay. I mean, that's fine. But yeah, I think XDC is going to take itself to $200, $300, $400, $500. I know, I understand the tokenomics on XDC, but if it stays a long time, though, it's a slow builder over time in price realization, as is, well, I was going to say as is XRP, but XRP is going to run hard and fast. Ranger says crypto, yes, especially after yesterday. By the way, we got to check silver prices. We're going to do that in just a minute. Remind me, because I'll probably forget. But Cram says 70 to 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. But just that's how I kept my holdings. That's smart. Hey, Cram, God bless you, being an XRP believer, drinking the XRP Kool-Aid. I know somebody else who does that. Mrs. Loopy is laughing her ever-loving ass off. Josh says, thanks, Graham. 70% XRP and 10% the rest of them. Okay, rock and roll. Hey guys, everybody! I love everybody has their opinion on allocation here. That's just me, absolutely. Everybody's got their opinion on this allocation. It's kind of like everybody's got one. So Art, welcome in, buddy. Crypto Midwest said yes. Says yes. We want our $2. Loopy, I know where he's saying that. I'm just late in the comments. Mrs. Loopy says yes. I'll pay for a coach. Yeah, I know a lot of people would pay for a coach. And they got mad when we took out. Yeah, I might do that. I'm considering that, just so you know. I think that's probably my greatest value, besides providing, acting as a beacon of hope and light in this world, particularly on this channel during these dark times during the market when it's doing, this right now, and everybody's going, oh, wow, crypto, it's at 2.97%, 2.97 trillion. Oh my God, fear and greed, 29 into the greed. Oh my God, into the fear. I mean, oh shit. Don't worry about it. That's my job here, is to be a beacon of hope, but it may also be to show newcomers to crypto safely, because I am such a trusted individual by everybody in my circle and everybody else. And when folks start to see me for a while, they're like, that might have been folk. It might have been a little too good to be true, because he's like a little braggy, he's talking 4th-degree black belt, blah, 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 knew about ISOs before anybody. Sounds a little braggy, this guy. He talks about himself, I don't know if I could trust that guy. A little too smooth, Yeah, you'll come to see over time, everybody. I am an honest, about as honest as they come. Not looking for any weird hidden agenda. Do just fine for myself, being honest, helpful, energetic, fun-loving, information-giving guy, even if I don't always get the monetary value back from it. A lot of people think I'm crazy, and they're like, whoa, you just leave so much money on the table. I'm like, it's money. Anyway, that's me. But I am thinking about charging for some coaching and making a little money. Coaching / educating is what it really is. It's not financial advice. It never could be. Not a financial advisor. Anyway, Mrs. Loopy says, I'll pay for a coach. We have Edward Jones, and they got mad when we took out money. No, of course they did at this point in time. But then they're going to be playing ball with cryptos on a much larger scale coming up soon. And then they'll be like, hey, by the way, I know we got aggravated when you want to do BTC, but you want to do some crypto now with us? Because we get paid for it. We get money, fees now. Now we can play ball. Now it's regulated. Now to declare. Yeah, and then Mrs. Loopy, you say to him, yeah, I know. I watched the Tanker's channel. He already told me all I've been following. And by the way, I think we have markup coming Thursday. We'll get back to some more news if you want to, and more of kind of like all the happenings of what's going on. We can grab XRP scan and a couple of other things. But it says that I'm horrible. Will you finish the comment? They got aggravated when Mrs. Loopy wanted to buy BTC. Others than when we got a new Edwards agent, and he knows crypto, but Edwards still says no about crypto. They're not going to, coming up, in my humble opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I'm an educator. It's for informational and educational purposes only. You got Frank the Crypto Tank. I am simply a contractor. Never buy or sell anything. This is what I say or do. You must first. Crypto is very risky. You could lose your socks, your shorts, your glasses, your pants, everything in crypto. You must consult your registered investment advisor, which is that person from Edward Jones or whomever that gets aggravated when you want to go buy Bitcoin and other cryptos. Theo, welcome in. Make sure you play in the Tankers channel so they can learn a little bit something about money. No, I did not take the Series 65, as I think they all had to take the Series 65. I might take it. I didn't take it, and then they would say, what does this guy know about take the Series 65? Anyway, the gatekeeping exam to keep y'all out, to keep us all out. Morning, Theo. You have nice hair. Let your hair down. Questions. I know I should, right? What do you think a Black Swan event to take off? No, I don't think it's. Thanks for the comment. I appreciate that. The wife says grow the hair out. I'm like, all right. I had it buzzed my entire life. Really, I did. I had buzzed my whole life, and people don't know that because all you see is right now, and that's what I mean. People go look at the crypto market. It can be deceiving, the looks, right? Because then you see the crypto market, like, come on, look at that crypto. I've been looking at it, come on, for weeks and months now. Even years, it's garbage. I went back to the all-time all chart on it, but that was way back when it was young. I've been looking at it for weeks and years, and it ain't nothing. Yeah, looks can be deceiving. Watch this. No, I didn't. And does that answer your question? I do not believe. Thanks for your question. I do not believe that it's required. We could see it. What we could see is, here's what I think could happen: is we could see, and I've been calling it for the longest time. So have some others. I think Brad. No, not Brad. I'm not going to throw him into that category, but a lot of influencers have been calling it for the longest time, or at least a few. That tether is going to go bye-bye. A tether is going to fall off a cliff and crash like Wile E. Coyote does with the puff of smoke after dropping, 1,000 meters. Whatever it is. So, right, that's what's going to happen to a bunch of these cryptos. And by the way, you heard it here first on Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Know that Bitcoin is probably going to go to 1 million, perhaps 5 million, and then it's going to go to like $5. And you heard it here first. It's a piece of garbage. It's a store of speculation. And if you're a Bitcoin fan, know that I have Bitcoin and I have Ethereum, but I got to say the truth. That's who you're dealing with. If I found out XRP was crap, I immediately would change. Literally immediately I would change. Okay? I'm not kidding. That's who you're dealing with. Ever staying in truth, things are in flux, ever changing. And that's not going to happen. Don't worry. We're not going to be dealing with that. XRP and Ripple are absolutely solid. But if I found something was not what I thought it was, I would switch gears immediately. We are in truth and honesty here, aren't we? On this funny little third rock from the sun, aren't we? That you wanted to pop out in your mama's womb in this place, and so did I. You just sort of decided to live this life for a little while, 80, 90, 100 years, whatever, some humans much less. Yeah, that's who you also have on the channel. By the way, you can't be killed. Remember that. You just go to another ride. People want to go to heaven and hell and rest and sit in a final rundown. You're going to ride after ride after ride. You're an eternal soul that can't be killed, and you will inhabit another meat sack and do the same thing, or whatever that thing is. Who knows what it is? It could be an animal, it could be a person, and it could be in another star system. It could be in a blue star, it could be in a green star. We got a yellow spectral star, medium-sized right here, and we are the third rock from the sun. That's who you got here. You got the person who knows deeper truths. That's why you're saying everything 3 times here when you're saying a spell, or you're spelling things. Yes. A little bit of numerology, too. Number 7, and why that's important to magic. Dividing a circle unevenly. Your intent injecting the spell, the 7th layer. That's who you have on the channel. Anyway, don't give too much of that. That's for the other channel, Tanker. This is about cryptocurrency and blockchain technologies. Let's go ahead and finish the cheers, Michael J. microphone. I like to cheers my mic early in the morning, Colorado time. It is 7:43. Silver at 108. I had silver at 114. Hold on. Is silver only at 108? Guys, we got silver at $20. You need to know that. That's not bragging. Where's the silver price, Tanker? Oh, here it is. Silver. $112 silver right now. From what I'm tracking. I've got AppMex up for silver. Where's gold right now? Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, let me get the daily. Yeah, sorry. $110 for silver right now on the daily. Daily chart. Gold. 5,096. We were over 100. Retracing just a little bit. Don't worry. We're going to keep running with gold and silver. I'll get to comments. I don't know if folks understand what's happening with gold and silver. Please check the market sniper. His name is Francis Hunt. And I'm going to keep shouting it out because he's the one that and there's Sheckman and others, but there are these... and Rickards, but there are these gentlemen that I found early on that they have said gold and silver is going to keep cranking. Now, when I watch somebody like Francis Hunt with his charts and his methods and so on and so forth, I know I'm following someone who's shooting it to me straight and is a freaking genius. So that's who I want to follow. Someone who shoots it to you straight and is a frickin' genius. No, I'm just kidding. That's who you want. That's who we all want to follow. I want a leader who has got gonads as well. You better have some kahunas, because if you don't, why am I going to listen to you? Anyway, getting back to these comments, thank you, Cram. Marster says, Mrs. Loopy, Edward Jones, ditto. I literally went to Liquidity, and they put, yeah, and this is what this is what, come on. This is what we were told when we bought Tesla way back by our guy that, look at, if you're going to go into Tesla, you've got to sign this saying that you understand the risk, blah, 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 blah. Trying to keep you out. My opinion, I am not a financial advisor. It's never financial advice. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only, so I'll cover my behind. Now, look, you got to talk to your financial advisor before you make any financial decisions, because crypto is very risky. You could lose your stocks, your shorts, your plants, your glasses, and everything in crypto. I do believe I covered the full disclaimer. In fine time and fashion, Ranger says, Cram, it rose almost $15 in one day. I know. Silver up over 250% from last year. I know, it's crazy crap. Cram. It's crazy crap, Cram. Cram says, my honest opinion, I've been saying for 3 years, crypto will not pop off until silver and gold sky. Yeah, that's the thing. Yep, and here we go. And do we need to, here's the thing, do we need the top? Because each one is going to take a while to level off now. We're going to take a couple of years or so for it to level off. It's just going to keep going. They're both deemed tier 1 assets now. You got to be custodying them. There's some serious demand on them. Silver is very difficult. You know, it takes like 10, 15 years to actually set up a silver mine and billions of dollars to even set up silver. It's not like someone's going to go, oh, silver is cranking. Let's go ahead and jump in on silver and create a silver mine run. No, you got what you got, kind of like that. That's it. Whatever mines are set up, that's it. And by the way, they don't pay crap for silver. So all the silver that's mined, like 70% of it is just ancillarily mined when they go for the real good stuff that pays nice price, right? So gold and, you know, palladium, platinum, whatever. So 30% of the silver is mined with intent because it doesn't pay off to mine silver. So there's not a lot of silver. And we're only increasing the solid state battery technology and the ability to go 900 kilometers, China especially, 900 kilometers now on this solid state battery charges full in 8 minutes. 100% charge in 8 minutes. And solar panels and computers and everything else and cell phones and everything. The silver that's required. It's not going to stop now that they're deemed tier 1 assets, silver and gold. Not going to stop. This isn't a regular run up on silver and gold. Watch Francis Hunt. It's going to keep going. Careful now, in my opinion. Some folks are going to sell too early, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, and that is an opinion. Careful now. In my opinion, and Francis Hunt and some others, silver's going to 800, perhaps 1,000, 2,000, and gold's going to 25,000-ish or so. Oh, just to watch. So that's the question, is that's my opinion, does it need, and some others who know what the heck they're talking about. So does that mean then that we have to see the height of gold and silver prices, or at least the coming down the mountain, before we see our run? I don't think so. I don't think they're tied necessarily. I don't think that they are tied, but I don't think that I think we're in line. Let me put it this way. They are tied, and they need to stay tied and synchronized. And I think they'll stay synchronized enough for us to still have our run. And that's what's going on, is they're kind of going to run, I think, at the same time. Should have just said that more easily. I think they're going to run at the same time. Moonman Shrumas. Ranger says, Cram, the rocket ship up was insane. I've never seen an increase of, $15. Good. I get in at 20. Where's the coverage on this? Crypto is riding on hopes and dreams right now. Right? Silver and gold are reality. They don't want you knowing about silver and gold. I know, it's true. Where's the coverage on it? Cramp says, you and the better take kilo silver. Crypto people can't even mine Bitcoin without silver. Yeah, that's kind of funny. That is funny. All right, let's get back to this now real quick, because here we go. Because we got more news here. Here, let's get to we've covered that. Let's get to Some more news real quick this morning. Let's see. Sometimes I like to do this just to see or chat. I'm supposed to do it every morning before I start the channel to stay current. I'm not really your current crypto channels. I usually have people telling me what's going on. I'm just waiting to see when all that news comes out and the price goes to where I want it to. And then I'll start, saying, hey, crypto, yay. Below 10, blah, 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 blah. No crypto news today. There's nothing going on in crypto today of any interest. Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Bitcoin is not crypto news. Somebody needs to tell Google that Bitcoin is not crypto news because Bitcoin's a piece of crapola. We're going to end on that note. Bitcoin's a piece of garbage. We're going to end on that note. Let's do that real quick. Is that rude or no? I don't want to be rude. I want to be nice. I don't like a Bitcoin. Can we end on I don't like a Bitcoin note? I know some people don't like that. Let me end on a positive note then. Here's a note I will end on. I hope all of you have bought right so you can hold tight. Ride out, as a wise individual once said, the peregrinations in the market. Take these and frickin' sit on them. Take this and put it down. Never financial advice. Sometimes the best move is no move. In fact, 95% of the time, the best move is no move. In fact, probably 99% of the time, the best move is no move. So please help us, thank you, Crypto Midwest, by tapping the like and subscribe button. If you don't mind, hold on 1 second. We're coming right back here. Hang on now. I want everybody getting just a bite on that a little bit. Just bite on that conditioning for a little bit. I love that intro and exit and outro. Hey, have a great day today. Tap like and subscribe if you don't mind. It helps us out a great deal. I do love you all. You know I love you guys. You want me to name everybody? All right, Monster, Crypto Midwest Rangers, Cram, Moonman, newcomer in on the channel. Welcome in. Theo, Art Caffeine, Rero, Mrs. Loopy, Josh. I think that's Mark on Sagar. I apologize, Mark. And I do believe I caught everybody here this morning. Oh, Sachu and everybody else who did not want to make themselves known in the comments section. Bless your souls. I love you all. Remember, keep a smile on your face. One of these. All right, I know it's forced. It's okay. Keep a nice, bright smile on your face, whether it's stained from coffee and red wine and blueberries over the years or not. It doesn't matter. Stay positive. Because crypto's only going to the moon and everybody knows that. We just got to wait for all the manipulation, everything to be turned on. And once it does, if you're holding the proper cryptos, never financial advice, never buy or sell anything because of what I say or do, that would be foolhardy. You just have to see where all this is going in 3 to 5 years. Have the best day ever. Enjoy your Tuesday. And join me tomorrow morning, Wednesday, 7 a.m., It's our weakest day on the channel is a Wednesday on the live, and I understand why. So if you don't, I understand. But I'll be here. And I love you all. Enjoy it. Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. And if someone you know needs to know about crypto, share the video with them. Thank you.